When you're an airplane, we're a bit up. Right, you can't see the Spinosaurus yet. Hey, that's Cooper. Of course it is, Grant. Please stop. You know I can't stop this plane. Cooper's like waving. He's crying then. Spinosaurus bursts out of the brush. Cooper's right here. Eaten by the Spinosaurus. Plane goes up. Clips it. Meow, meow, meow. Into the trees. Meow. And thus begins Jurassic Park 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and welcome to our brand new Jurassic World Evolution park build. The 11th unique park build we've done in Jurassic World Evolution. 11, which is absolutely goddamn insane. Today we're going to start work on our new Jurassic Park 3 themed park. There's been a lot of talk recently, we were going to do a Jurassic World one, but if we're going to do all the films, we should do them in order. So we are going to kick off with the third one. I've been thinking a lot about how we're going to do this, and it's going to be fairly difficult, I think, but the first episode should be pretty simple. So, we are going to play on Isla Nublar again. I considered Isla Sorna a little bit more thematically appropriate, but unfortunately it just isn't viable. The space is a mess, and I'd have to worry about power and money and all this kind of stuff. So let's get started. We're just going to get our usual build on the go. That means a nice little fence area over here. Nice little weak fence over here, where we will build our dinosaurs and ship them out over into the rest of the park. This is way too big. That's what they all say. Let's close that off a little bit there and try to squeeze some buildings in here, hopefully. We just need a couple of regular old buildings. We just need really a ACU. Oh, there it is. It's just, there's a glimmer right there. There we go. That's all we're looking for. It's not going to look pretty, okay? I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to look pretty. And we'll put in a monorail. No, put in a path this time. We'll put in a path. So we're going to have a little path that stretches all the way from here to the entrance. And we'll just kind of tuck this against the wall like so. So today we are going to build the Spinosaurus on the airport. That's kind of the idea. Now, it isn't really an airport. It's more like just like a thin... Well, it's not that thin, but it's like a track of dirty ground stuff. So we're kind of going to do what we did for the abandoned park. We're going to make the airport. We're going to delete some bits of it and put some trees on it and stuff like that. And then add a Spinosaurus. It should be a fairly simple, chill beginning. But what that means is you guys can leave comments down below about what we should do next. And, you know, where do we go with this? And any ideas you have for the rest of the park, which is needed. These are a collaborative effort. You guys do all the work and I make the pretty things. That's how these work, okay? In case you're new. Also, in case you're new or you've just forgotten, we use a Qt for our dinosaur name suggestions. So that is a little website. I'm going to link it down below in the description, and what you can do is you can hop onto the Qt and because you're all a bunch of cuties, no, and you can hop onto there and you'll see lots of dinosaur categories. You can leave a comment, tag it with a category. So for today's example, we're going to be naming the Spinosaurus. We're going to be naming a lot of Spinosauruses, actually. We're going to probably be naming like 8 Spinosauruses in this playthrough. But you can name the Spinosaurus and then just tag it with large carnivore, for example, because that's what the large carnivores are. And hybrids and blah blah blah. No, don't tag it with hybrid. Don't try to be clever, okay? I'm still not convinced that the Spinosaurus is a hybrid. I know people want to be, but I don't like the DPG stuff, so I'm going to ignore all of it. Right, let's move on. The other thing I want is, well, we should get the Spinosaurus on the go, actually, shouldn't we? Let's nip over here. Hammond Creation Lab, let's get speed. Lovely stuff. That's all we want, right? We don't want any others. Yeah. And because it is Jurassic Park 3, we are of course going to go for the default colours. No messing around with that. We're going for somewhat movie accuracy here. So I've forgotten what S is. S is a letter. There it is. And the idea is, we're not going to remake the island itself because that's just not feasible. So what it is, it's going to be a tour, just like in our first 2 film parks, in Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park 2 in The Lost World. And you hop in a Jeep and you drive through the park and you kind of experience the scenes of Jurassic Park 3 or whatever park we build. When it comes to Jurassic World, I think that's one we could realistically build an actual park to look like Jurassic World. I think for all of the others, given their scale and they're a lot less cramped together. You know, Jurassic Park 3 takes place all over the island and doesn't really have a set layout that they follow. So we're going to kind of go for a scene kind of thing instead. We're also going to turn storms on. Storms. We want maximum stormage, which unfortunately is like once an hour still, no matter what you do. Even on heavy storms, it really rarely does storm at all, but we're working with what we got. So the Spino is on the way. We're going to go... I think we're going to keep the park shut, because humans are terrible. And we're going to grab ourselves enclosures, and that's the wrong button. We're going to grab ourselves a ranger station. This little bad boy over here. So you're going to hop into the ranger station, drive out, and just enter the park, and you'll go through the airport scene, you'll go through the raptors at the visitor village thingamajiggy, you'll go through the river scene, sort of somehow, although we can't make deep enough water, we can sort of do something. You'll go through the other stuff, the compies, with the turned over truck, and we'll use troodons instead. The pteranodons is like the only major thing I think we can't touch. Like, there's just nothing we can do to come anywhere near making that realistic, so I think it's probably better to just ignore it. Unfortunately, but hey, you never know. One of the things I'm excited about is potentially being able to come back down the line and do this again, and for it to all be even better than we can make it now, kind of thing, right? Because the game's updated with decorations and such. Wink, wink. Right? We all live in hope, folks. We all live in hope. So let's just cover this area here. And you're going to drive forward right there, through there, and into the airport, which will be here. So let's go ahead and block this off. We want each one to feel individual. We don't want the dinosaurs roaming around between all the exhibits, because the point is that it matches the film, right? I was going to go straight to Jurassic World. The only reason I'm hesitant, I should say, reticent doesn't fit that, to do it is because so many people have built Jurassic World already. So many people. And I know, if I dare to do it, I will get, "You're copying such and such" comments, and I just can't be bothered with them right now. But we will come to it, don't worry about that. We're going to just let this, we're going to make this quite big, I think. I don't think there's that many films in the scenes in this film, I should say, that we can realistically actually do, if I'm honest. But the airport should be huge. I think this will be the biggest one in the entire park, so let's just make sure it looks like that. About there, I'd say. It really doesn't matter what this looks like, I'm just trying to carve out a shape. Just so the Spinosaurus doesn't do a runner, basically. Which he bloody well will, based on my other Spinosaurus. And there. Beautiful. Right, we just need to stick a gate in there. Like so. Lovely stuff. And cover this all with trees. Glorious trees. People were like, BestInSlot, maybe you can make a park without trees. And I'm like, no, shut up. Never gonna happen. Okay, so I've had a little look. We want to keep this relatively straight. I've had a look online. And I've got myself a little screen cap from my version of Jurassic Park 3 of what the airstrip looks like, right? And it basically looks like this. It's just a long rectangular strip, probably a little bit wider than I've made it there, and it's not that thin, but I do want it to be straight. So this bit over here should be in a little bit. And at the end, it kind of, I'm not going to cover this with trees too much. We're going to put the trees like back there a little bit, and then maybe lower them down. As far as I can tell, based on looking at it, this bit does lower down a little bit. It definitely looks like there's somewhat a drop-off, basically, at the end of the airstrip, which would make a lot of sense. So we're just going to lower this whole bit just a little bit. Okay, now it looks like a drop-off, right? It looks like it goes off, and then if we put trees, there'll be stuff over there later anyway, so it looks like there is a fall-off at the end. So all we need to do, really, this is going to be a very simple start. Oh, God. Is we need to put a gate in over here. I'm going to hide that on the right, so you can't see it from here. And we just need to build the airstrip, and that is super easy to do. So we're going to use, I think cheap path is probably the best colour for it. We want to get as close to the gate as possible. Like so. And then we want to make this nice and straight. All the way down there. If we just make it straight, what we'll do is bring in the trees at the side to kind of accommodate for the shape we've built. So if I go straight from there, it seems to want to just do it automatically, which is nice. Huh? Okay. All the way to the end. And I'm dying. Okay. It kind of looks like it drops off. And grab our trees, make them a little bit smaller, try to get over the fact that it feels like something is crawling up my throat. Oh my god, I'm dying. Send help. Oh, Jesus, right. All right at the edge. There really is not much here. Although, saying that, on the right-hand side of the airstrip is like a little building, like a little ruined building. That's one of the reasons I've turned storms on. I'm hoping we get storms on nice and early. And this little building may get taken out by the storm. So I've got a little photo of it. Let me have a little look. It's kind of like a little shack, to be honest. We can't really make a little shack. So I'm thinking the best bet might be the emergency shelter. Although emergency shelters don't get damaged by storms. Otherwise they'd be useless. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something a little bit... How big are you? You're too big. We need something small. Something teeny tiny. We need shacks and stuff, you know, rude little buildings. It doesn't really suit Jurassic World as an aesthetic, and that's probably why we don't have little shacks and stuff. I think the emergency shelter might actually be the best bet. Sit that there. And there's some... I don't know what to do about this. Maybe we grab the concrete. I'm just going to put like little bits. There's like a little bit of wreckage on the left-hand side, right? A little bit of rubble and just like barrels and pieces of wood and stuff. So if we just put some concrete in there, it sort of looks like there's stuff. Kind of. It just needs things to make it more interesting. Really what I'm trying to do is put off the long, arduous task that I know I'm about to do, which is fill in this bloody airstrip. And I can't bring myself to do it right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right, okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you guys how we do it, just in case you've never done this before, but this is... I mean, it's super simple, right? This is also how you make sand, by the by, in case you missed my sand video. This is literally all I'm going to do. But I'm not going to put you guys through this, because it might take a little while, so we shall skip forward. Well, we've got our first storm. It's lovely. It's not really going to do any damage or anything of the sort, but hey, it looks nice, and that's all that matters. One thing we need to do, we need to upgrade this, of course. Don't know why I clicked scheduling there at all. We need to add a team, is what we need to do. And paint them, of course, in a lovely 1993. Maybe that doesn't even make sense, but we're going to do it. Do we have a twister? Yes, we do. I'm afraid there really isn't anything for you to do right now, buddy, other than be a massive pain in the ass. Like, I don't want it here destroying my gates. That achieves nothing for me. Whilst we're... Yeah, go away now. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, since it can't do anything to this, all it's going to do is ruin the buildings that I actually want to keep repaired. So that's going to be fun. We need to grab ourselves... We actually need to get the scheduling just so I can send the ranger team out to actually do something. You know, fix the buildings and such. So, anyways, I built the track. That's our airport strip. It doesn't look that far off the film version. All I did was fill it in. It was very easy, don't get me wrong. Also moved this a little bit further back, but also want to... Oh, you can't turn it off. I still think it's the best bet. It's not great, but it's the shackiest we're going to get. Shacky is an official term. Just don't Google it. Right, so what we need to do is some damage. We need to break this thing up a little bit. Now, the way it's been built does make that slightly difficult in parts, but if we just create some, like, gaps here and there. Some big gaps, some small gaps, and we'll mess around with it a little bit more in a second, and we'll hopefully use some trees and stuff to make it look a little bit cooler. It's never going to look amazing, but it's going to look like a ruined airstrip. Hopefully. Ish. I want like a big broken portion. It definitely isn't this destroyed in the film, but it is much more weathered in the film, and that's not really something we can realistically do, so this is kind of my middle ground. Okay. That's, what you want is at least one big portion, I think, where we get some trees in there, so let's kill this right hand side. Get some trees popping over. There we go. Grab our path tool and just... Now that you've got this sort of weird straight lines, now you can start to put a dint in them, basically, and try to make it look more like weather damage and stuff like that. Right now it just looks weird, but it soon will look beautiful. If only you believe. I personally do not believe. But you never know. You never know, folks. You never know. If I just click massively randomly, maybe it'll do what I want it to do. It's okay. I'm not going to take it home. I'm not going to show my mum. That'd be weird. Mum, I haven't talked to you in a month. Well, like 2 days actually, as it happens. But still, usually, Mum, I've not talked to you in a month. But here, look, I made an airport. Well, an airstrip, I should call it. I want to kill these trees a little bit more. Oh, not that much, though. Just, come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Good girl. No, you were good and then you've ruined it again. Come here. Macaws, what are you doing? You don't belong here. Okay, and this little bit over here looks a bit stupid. I promise you need to make bigger gaps and then ruin the bigger gaps. If you just have... I don't know. If anyone has a better way in their mind of doing this, I am all ears, because I think this is probably the best way to make like a weathered looking airstrip. And it's okay, I would say. It's not... Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. If I just keep telling myself that, I'll eventually believe it. It is fine. Alright, so this is where our Spino is going to run down. The Spino that you lovely folks at home are going to give a name to. There's our little hut on the right, and on the left is where Cooper runs out. And there's two things I noticed when watching this scene back before I recorded this episode. Number one is that there's a little bit where they're getting off the plane where there's a fly on the camera. Just for a few seconds, this little fly jumps on the camera lens and runs across and then hops off. I thought that was interesting. They never picked up on that and got rid of it or anything. And the second is that Alan Grant says that's Cooper. He goes, that's Cooper, and he like points forward and he's all shocked face and he's, you know, pointing out to everyone else like Cooper is the one on the track. Who else would it be, Grant? Who else would it be? Of course it's bloody Cooper. Bah. Anyways, this is our Spinosaurus. I will say I really like Jurassic Park 3. Well, I think it's a decent film. I think it's underrated and gets like a harsher reputation than it deserves. But they showed the Spinosaurus way too early and too often. They should have really backloaded that a little bit more. Like, you think about the T.rex in Jurassic Park, it doesn't show up to like the hour mark or something like that. Even in The Lost World, it's quite far into the film, the first attack. I think it loses its impact a little bit just because it's always in the film. If they'd had something else to be a threat, other than the raptors and the Spino and the Pteranodons, just one other scene, just take out one Spinosaurus scene and replace it with another dinosaur instead. Like, have the plane take it. I don't even mind the plane scene, but like, honestly, I'd get rid of the T-Rex Spinosaurus fight, replace that with something else attacking them, maybe even just a T-Rex. Get rid of that somehow other way, like they just escape it, and I think it would be a better film for it. Anyways, there's going to be a lot of that throughout this series. We're going to put our feeder in. We're just going to go for a nice normal feeder. I don't want the goat to run away. We're going to put that on the right-hand side. Now, I would say they're on the plane. Imagine you're a plane. You're going forward. Choo-choo. Cooper runs out. Ah, please, you can't stop this plane. Please stop. Spinosaurus runs across. So we're going to have it run into this little dense patch on the right-hand side. And it's going to cross in front. It's going to look amazing. That's the idea. We also need to give it a little bit of water. Just so it doesn't die, basically. And that's it, folks. That is genuinely how we're going to start this off. I don't really have anything else I particularly want to add. You'll notice I did actually change the shape of this as well. I went back, I brought up my big map and had a look at the path and how it was placed. And it kind of started off straight here, and then here it went like this. Bloop! And I just didn't notice until I brought up this big map. Right, let's get a normal path here. Just to lead us into the park, basically. Okay, not that, that's stupid. That's a little baby. We can get back. There we go. There we go. So you drive in, drive straight onto the track. You can see a little glimpse of something on the right, but you shouldn't get a good look at it. You drive forward, and the Spino crashes across and eats Cooper in the face. And that's it. There really is nothing more to add. I suspect, all in all, this might be a fairly simple series. I can't really think of any complex things to build, unlike we had in the other parks, but we shall see. We shall see.
Heading to collect the asset.
Now, we're going to make it daytime. I want to get a good view of this. We'll wait, right. We're going to let the Spino land, and then we'll turn it daytime if need be. But we can talk about what else there is to come. So next would be the whole plane scene. That's not going to happen, right? How would that possibly happen? What's after the plane? Is it the Spino T-Rex fight after the plane? Yeah, right? Oh no, it's the Raptors. It's the Raptors. Right? Is it the Raptors? I haven't watched Spinosaurus. I haven't watched Jurassic Park 3 in quite a long time. I feel like it's the Raptors and then the others. I'm just trying to think if Udesky, that's his name, right? I'm trying to think if he's there during the T-Rex duel. I think he is. I don't think Eric is, which means that's before the Raptors. I have no idea, but the point is I will check before the next video. So anyway, let's just think of the notable scenes we can actually do. So T.rex Spinosaurus duel. It's going to be a big one. The raptors in the circle with the eggs. That'll be like a mini one we can do. Not how we're going to do that, other than have a circle. We can do the raptors in like the visitor center building kind of thing, where they first get attacked and they run outside, and you got the Coryphosauruses and stuff like that. We'll do that one as well. And the Troodons with Eric instead of Compies, because it's the closest we're going to get. And the Spinosaurus River. And that might be it. There might only be a 5-scene thing. This I cannot think of any others that. It's not like there's a lack of notable scenes. It's a lack of ones that we can actually do. We can do the big fence as well, the big concrete fence, and then the Spinosaurus is on one side, and they run down, and we'll put a crack in half of it, and that's where Eric and the kids meet, and then they run into the building, and that's when they get into the aviary, which, by the way, makes absolutely no sense at all. It's nonsensical how they end up in the aviary. It's utterly stupid. It annoyed me even as a child watching that scene. But anyways, drive vehicle, let's go. Gotta go quick, gotta go quick. Alright, pretend this is an aeroplane instead of a car, okay? Stop about there. There we go. There it is. Oh, it's got its eyes shut. Open them. What are you doing? Why are you being so stupid? But there, you'd have Cooper here, and he's charging across, and he's gonna. You know, I can't. Okay, wait. Pretend we're an airplane. Nope, that's a nope. Pretend we're an airplane. Right, a bit up. Right, you can't see the Spinosaurus yet. Hey, that's Cooper. Of course it is, Grant. Please stop. You know I can't stop this plane. Cooper's like waving. He's crying then. Spinosaurus bursts out of the brush. Cooper's right here. Eaten by the Spinosaurus. Plane goes up. Clips it. Meow, meow, meow. Into the trees. Meow. And thus begins Jurassic Park 3. That was a beautiful moment. I think we can all agree. I want to get a good screenshot here so I can Photoshop Cooper into here. That's all I want. That is actually perfect, because the Spino is looking down as though it's about to devour Cooper. He's a poor guy. He really gets a bad rap in this film. He doesn't do anything, he just dies. That's all he achieves, is death. Okay. And there he goes. And then we're over there somewhere, but really we're doing a tour, so we're gonna be over here somewhere. Just want to have a quick little peek. Let's open this gate. Just temporarily. Is there anything we can do to make that look like it's more... I think it's okay. I think for an airstrip in Jurassic World Evolution that looks a little bit ruined, that is probably the best we're going to manage. I suspect. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, folks. This was always going to be a fairly simple, chill episode, but hey, I want to get your guys' opinions and thoughts and feelings and dreams and ideas for future things we can do, and particularly names for our Spinosaurus. So do let me know the Spinosaurus names in the comments down below. Come on, buddy. There you go. Go ahead and shut that for you. I'm just trying to think if there's a way we can put some stuff on the left that will look like trash, basically, or if there's something we can put on the right. Maybe I want to hold on to the science center and stuff like that, the security center. I don't think there's anything. Okay. But I'm open to suggestions. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a short series because, like I say, there isn't that much we can do, but we'll have some fun with it. We'll just try to build the scenes as cool as we can and make them feel a bit like they are in the film. I think this is okay, actually. I don't think this is a million miles away. Those trees on the right are a little bit encroaching too much, but I think to sell the ruined nature, that is pretty necessary. So, yeah, I'm moderately happy with it. Thank you for joining me. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're new and you want to see more of this, and just comment and all that kind of stuff. Get involved, and we will build Jurassic Park 3. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.